Hello and welcome back to episode 9 of Club 8, Unknown to Unknown. We're back with AC Milan, and since you were last with us, we've played just the 3 games, winning 2, drawing 1. Let's have a look how that's gone for us. So, the first game we played after the most recent episode, we actually had a win against Juventus in a very impressive performance, with Cacciatore getting 2 goals and Christensen getting another. Then we had a 0-0 draw with Lazio, which was a little bit disappointing on the back of the big win against AC Milan. And then finally we did beat Copenhagen 2-1 in the Champions League, which means we have qualified in second in that group as a result of Monaco beating Vittoria, meaning we couldn't get above them. And also we are still top of the league by 5 points, clear of Inter Milan. And thanks to the win against Juventus, we're 12 points clear of them with a game in hand. So it's looking like it's going to be a race between ourselves and Inter. Let's hope we can come out on top of it, which is an important game in that today will be our game against them. But first of all, we have got Genoa to play. And also, we should have a first knockout round draw following that game. Let's go and get started against Genoa. But before we do, if you are enjoying the series, please do hit like down below. Comment as well if you're enjoying the series. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Check out my other series, Take to the Skies. Let's go and play Genoa. And the lineup that we're going for today, we've got Donnarumma in goal. A back four of Savadori, Saliba, Congiu and Conchiao. We've got Kellers and Georgemi as the holding midfielders, with Pagliaro on the right, Adele through the middle, Christensen on the left, and then Cacciatore up front as the lone striker. Let's go out there and try and get a result against Genoa, who are going well in the league. They're currently sat in 4th. So, yeah, they are a good team. A draw here sees them go up into 3rd, back above Atalanta, who played earlier in the day. So it's going to be an important game for us against good opposition. But I think a win here would be a massive step for us in the title race, because of course if we drop points here, Inter could potentially go level on points with us with a win over us in the next game. If we can win here, they would only go a maximum of 2 points behind us. So hopefully we can pull that off. Kellers fails to get it back out to to Conchiao there, and poor from Congiu to let Barone in behind, and a great tackle getting back to cover that one. And somehow that went out for a goal kick. I'm not entirely sure how. But Adele has nearly put us in danger there. Saliba plays us out of danger. Cacciatore heads down to Pagliaro, who's got space to run into. And he is unfortunately tackled by their left back. Which means Genoa now with a chance to come back at us. Barone on the ball here. Plays it out to Rodriguez, out to Miseli. And his shot is blocked well by Conchiao. We've got a chance to break now. Adele plays it through the middle. Goes to the right where Pagliaro beats his man to the ball. Skips past another tackle. And then shoots wide. What a great chance that was. And probably should have looked for Cacciatore there in reality. But now we've got another highlight here where they play out from the back and it's headed on. Congiu is going to pick that up and plays it out to Savadori at right back. Forward to Pagliaro. Inside to Cacciatore, who's got men with him. Shoots from range, but it's straight at the keeper and a bit too easy for him to deal with. As we come in at half-time, we've had much better of the first half, but not enough to get the goal so far. We are going to go positive to try and get that breakthrough. And we're also looking at possibly bringing Christensen off for maybe Delogu, because he's not been able to get a goal or really get going in this game. Cacciatore through for Pagliaro, and that is 1-0. We're going to drop down to balanced, and hopefully we can see this game out from this position now. We're going to bring Christensen off for Delogu, with one eye on the Inter Milan game next week, and also, as mentioned, he's not really been able to get going in this game, so maybe Delogu can have a bit of a better impact on that left-hand side. We're now going to make another change. We're actually going to send Georges into the deep line role, and then we'll send Leto on as the Carrilero, just in hopes Georges can improve his game a little bit, but also bearing in mind Keles was looking a bit more tired, so he's a priority for us to rest. And we're going to bring Savadori off for Jose Antonio. Again, one of the players who's looking a bit more tired, and we desperately need him for the game against Inter Milan. Saliba plays it down well to Georges. Cacciatore is tackled, but Georges wins it back. Exchanges the ball with Pagliaro, who finds Delogu on the left, but it's headed away. Leto goes back to Congiu, who goes forward to Leto, back to Congiu, and forward for Cacciatore, who tries to head down to Delogu, but Hernandez deals with it, and then it's booted long. Congiu's headed it straight to Myceli, who shoots, and it is over the bar. But we did give a chance to Genoa there. And now Hernandez crosses the ball in. Saliba heads away well. De Kock is going to collect that. He gets it back and he's going down the left-hand side. Ball comes in. Congiu, not with the best of headed clearances. Delogu heads further up the field, but it's collected by Hernandez, who tries to bring it forward. Rodriguez with a ball over the top. Antonio lost his man at the far post, but Donnarumma with a great save. And then a very risky rollout to Saliba that might cost us. But it's blocked by Georges. Adele goes long towards Cacciatore, who's through in behind. And that should be 2-0. Cacciatore really should be ending the game there by putting that one in the back of the net. He doesn't do so. And now we've got a nervy last few moments. And a very nervy last few moments because they've got a free kick right on the edge of the box with 20 seconds to go. A block there, but then the shot from range and it's gone in. And it's Thibaut de Kock scoring a 95th minute equaliser. Cacciatore with that miss now looking absolutely vital. And we have ended up drawing a game that was there to be won. I am going to tell Cacciatore I'm not happy with his performance because it did cost us in the end. And that is a big chance for us to pull away that is now gone. If Inter Milan win, they go on to 38 and they're 3 points away from us then. So that really does tell you how big of a moment that was. Let's go and have our Champions League draw, see who we get in there before we go into the Inter Milan game. So Champions League, first knockout round draw, and straight away your eyes go to, we want to draw AZ from Holland. That would be the best result of this draw. Let's see if that is going to... No, it's not going to fall in our favour. The rest of the teams are all pretty big teams. Maybe we edge toward Hertha, who seem to be dropping off a little bit in Germany. Or maybe Chelsea, who've recently sacked their manager. We're next out the hat. And it's Manchester City. So that is going to be a very tough game. They are dropping off a little bit this year. They're down in 6th as it stands. Well off the pace, actually. But of course, champions from last year, we know they've got Austin PSA, who's got that incredible scoring record with England. So we are going to be up against it in that game. But first of all, before we get too far into that, we've got Inter Milan to go and play. Let's go and see if we can get a result against them. And we're back now for the game against Inter Milan. The changes that we have is Marcon returns at centre-back and Henrique returns on the right-hand side. They're the only two changes that we made going into this. What I am pleased to say is Inter Milan actually dropped points in their game in hand. They also drew 0-0 against, I believe it was Brescia, which means going into this game, we still have our 5-point lead. If we can win, we can increase it to an 8-point lead, which would be massive going into the winter break. If we lose, it's down to 2 points, so at least we're still top. If we draw, obviously it remains a 5-point gap. So whatever happens here, we are staying top of the table, although that is not going to help the situation. Salvadori just kicking Brito and giving them a penalty within 5 minutes. So not a good start for us. Unless Donnarumma can make the save from this, Musa is going to step up. And Donnarumma nearly gets to it. But it is a goal, unfortunately. And we are 1-0 down very early on. So we are going to need to be trying to get back into this. And let's hope we can do so. Adele crosses the ball in. Cacciatore hits the bar. It falls to Henrique, who tries to skip around the defence but can't quite manage to do enough. We're going to ban more now. And so far, it's been a very quiet game other than the penalty as Marcon heads just over the bar. The other concern we've got is Marcon returning from injury. He is only available for about 45 minutes. So we're going to berate Salvadori for giving that penalty away. Yeah, in a derby game, at home as well, top of the table clash, and he's just absolutely bottled the first moment of the game. Ball through from Henrique to Christensen, though, has got us back on level terms. That is a great ball from Henrique. Christensen with a brilliant finish, and back on level terms, back to a 5-point gap in the league, and that is one of the best things Henrique has done in an AC Milan shirt so far. He has struggled to get going, but hopefully we're going to start to see the best of Henrique after the winter break, and maybe he can start off by getting another chance today. Oh my goodness, Christensen at the far post has somehow headed over the bar when that was a fantastic chance. Henrique now back to Salvadori. Cross comes in. Christensen this time doesn't miss. A brilliant header. Mayano not able to get a strong enough hand on it. And we now lead 2-1. And before half time, we have turned this around. Henrique plays it back to Salvadori. Cross comes in. What a header from Christensen. So much power on it. And a shock lead for AC Milan before half time. Let's see if we can capitalise on it further. Adele clears the cross away. Cacciatore collects it and breaks away. He's got a chance here to try and beat the defenders. Goes past them both and puts it in the bottom corner. It is 3-1 before half time. And AC Milan all of a sudden are running away with it going into half time. A great run from Cacciatore here. He knows he's by himself, takes it past the defenders, puts it in the bottom corner, and 3-1 at half time. A phenomenal turnaround in this first half. And now Inter trying to get a late goal to get them back into it before half time. Cross comes in, Henrique heads away. Adele nearly getting to that first, but the poor clearance there. Cacciatore plays it back to Georges. Adele is through, shoots, and it's straight at the keeper, and well saved, unfortunately. So it does remain 3-1. We're going to tell them not to get complacent, and we are going to praise them at the start of the second half, and hopefully we can continue from where we've left off. Kellers and Georges playing it back to Conju. Ball forward to Adele, who tries to head on, but that is going too far. And it's straight to the keeper. However, the long ball forward only goes as far as Salvadori. Kellers plays it back to him. Henrique skips past the first challenge, cuts inside of the first man, and that is a pathetic shot. Absolutely dreadful ending, but good signs there. We're going to look at bringing Mark on off because we know he can't last the full 90. So we're going to send Saliba on now. And hopefully that will be okay. We've got a free kick here. Cacciatore sends it in. George nearly getting his head on the end of that one. Doesn't quite manage to do so, but the keeper's clearance ends up falling to Barco, and then Brito now cutting inside. He's got space to run into. Plays it out to Labella, who's got Conchiel there with him. And tries to get across in. Good block on the cross. It's headed back to Musa though. And then forward to Brito. And a shot from range goes just wide off the post. I think what we're going to do now is get Kellers off in just a moment to avoid anything happening with that booking. Adele goes out to Savadori. He's got space to run into. He's got a man with him. And Gill does well to dispossess Savadori. Brito now on the ball, trying to find space down the left. Kellers does well. And then Savadori plays it back to Donnarumma, who goes long to Henrique. The tackle from Gill actually sends Cacciatore through, and that should be 4-1. That really should have been 4-1. We are going to bring Kellers off for Papa, and then swap him and George in the midfield there. We've got just over half an hour to go now. We've got a throw-in deep into their half. Savadori finds Adele. George sends it in. Cacciatore lays it off to Christensen, who's hit the post, and that would have been the hat-trick. We're going to praise them again, because we are continuing to look good here. Moyano plays it out to Rodrigo, and exchanges it to Verbeke. Saliba wins the header though. Adele, Cacciatore to Henrique, plays it through for Christensen, and that, again, it's another good chance. And I'm really hoping we don't come to regret these chances that we are missing. With 10 minutes to go, we are going to swap to a holding midfielder. Adele coming off for Quaresma, who's going to sit there as a half-back. And let's just see if we can see out these final moments. We're going to drop the defence just a little bit. We're not going to drop too much and invite too much pressure. I just want to be a bit more conservative. Popper and Saliba has hit the post, and that's the second time we've hit the post there. Christensen with the first, Saliba with the second, but it looks like we are going to make it through this game. We've got a free kick on the edge. Cacciatore stood over it. He's going to go for goal, and it hits the bar. And then is cleared away by Brito. But it's too little, too late for Inter Milan. We have got a massive win there. And as you'll see here, that has sent us 8 points clear at the top of the league as we go into the winter break. Fantastic result. Let's have a look at where we're going to come back and try and capitalise on what we've done so far. So we're back on Thursday, where we're going to play Sampdoria and Manchester City in the first leg of the knockout round. So we'll go through the winter break, through January, and see where we're coming back there. If we're in the semi-finals, we may show the second leg of the semi-final than the first leg, perhaps. Depends on what happens when that comes around. But if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment your prediction for that Champions League first knockout round, and subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.